Black History Month. Who's your favorite black person?
I got a few, man.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, wait, what the fuck kind of question, man? I
Come
don't
on,
even
man.
know.
It's Black History Month.
Yeah,
Shit.
no, dude, I like black people. That's it.
Nice. So the thing, me personally, I'm going like Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm,
He's definitely up there, man. Shit.
mm.
Uh, Obama. Fucking. Shit, man. There's a lot.
Well,
There's a lot.
Drake is pretty cool. Yeah,
Who?
I can go with Drake. Fuck
Drake?
yeah. Yeah, he's
Yo,
black, right?
putting Drake over like Malcolm X is fucking crazy.
Who the fuck is Malcolm X?
Yeah. Oh yeah, my white co-host. I forgot.
Yo, wait, Malcolm X? Hang on. Yo, that sounds like a rapper name, man.
Yeah,
Is he a
yeah.
rapper?
I think he's like related to DMX or some shit.
Oh, I see. Man, this is fucked up, dude. Malcolm X was cool as fuck, dude.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. Dude, I used to like watch documentaries on that motherfucker when I was little. PBS kids playing in the
This
back.
fucked up. But I always thought that like the Rodney King riots, right? Like the video footage.
You thought it was fake?
I thought it was fake for the longest time. I'm like, there's no way they just beat this random
Fuck,
guy up.
dude.
And then like I had to grow up, and I'm watching like this documentary, and we had this teacher that's like breaking down and shit. Like
Damn.
this is the shit that's happening. Well, he didn't say shit, but like this is the thing that happens in America. I'm like, oh fuck, this was real the
Yeah,
whole time.
dude. I remember watching the Rodney King video on YouTube for the first time when I was super little. I was in the hospital, and dude, that fucking video scared the piss out of me. Not gonna lie, because I already knew that it was real, but what scared the shit out of me was like I guess it was like at the wrong time because like fucking hate hospitals. It was like the ambiance, so like that shit stuck with me for a while. I don't know why that specific. I don't know what the fuck it was, man. It scared the shit out of me. It's supposed to scare the shit out of you, right? Because like this shit was real, but it scared the
Yeah,
shit out of me for something different. The video was pretty violent, but it was like amplified because of the ambiance that I was in. I don't know. I don't mind hospitals. I just don't like them. You know.
yeah, no, that video also fucked with me. And then you had the shit with George Floyd, and then like Minnesota, and how that shit went down, dude. When that happened, it was like pandemic time, like prime pandemic time,
Mm, yeah.
and shit was going crazy. Like people, it's fucking crazy to even see like the differences in between like rioters, right, and then people who like blatantly just like destroy the law, like when they did the occupying the White House or whatever the fuck they were trying to do.
Mm,
Uh, the Capitol riot. That's what I was referring to, not the starting whatever. When all the white people just jumped the fence and nobody like stopped them, right? They're
mhm.
like, nah, go ahead, go ahead. Like then you got the other people who were like trying to march and they're throwing like tear gas at them. Just crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about the recent one. Tyree Nichols. Have you heard about what happened with them?
I don't think so.
So he was beaten by multiple Memphis officers. They were all black.
Yeah, yeah, no, man.
And
Yeah, I heard it.
like the camera footage is really fucked up because
Mm,
he's already been restrained, right? And he has the handcuffs, placed on him.
mm-hmm.
And they're and like I guess that they finally found out that they're being recorded. They're like, oh, restrain him, even though he's already restrained. Like what the fuck, you know?
Yeah,
That's fucked up, man.
yeah, that is pretty fucked up. That reminds me. I was with my friend. Uh, we're in we were at our table. We were in a class, and it was a pretty easy day. Our other friend wasn't with us that day. It was just him and me, and he I forgot how we started talking about I think it started with Tyler the Creator. We started talking about Tyler the Creator, and he was like, "Have you heard this one song by him called Sarah?" And I was like, "No." He was going into detail about the song, and then he brought up another song by you know about what's his name fucking JPEG Mafia or whatever.
Oh yeah, what's that
Yeah,
shit called? I just shot a cop. Now I'm horny or something like that.
yeah. He
Yeah.
was telling me about that shit, and then he showed me the actual clip that was being used. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck was the
No,
point of that song, man?
no. Yeah, there's like some device on that, but you gotta understand that JPEG Mafia is also like a veteran. So if anybody has, I think his explanation was something along the line of when they stop killing us, I'll remove the song or something like that. I think this was after something happened. I think it was Trayvon Martin, where he said, "I can't breathe" or something like that.
Yeah,
And then the police force, I don't remember which police force, but they came out with like this merchandise that was basically mocking him. And on the shirt it says "I can't breathe," like just mocking the fucking guy that they just killed, right? And so I think that's what stemmed the song for him, like because he has this perspective of a veteran.
yeah.
And when he made the song, he's like, okay, when they remove that shirt and when they like apologize for what they did, then I'll remove the song.
That
Obviously, it
makes
never happened.
that makes way more sense, man. Okay, yeah, because I don't know anything about JPEG Mafia. I had no idea about this song. I don't know dick. Uh, my friend didn't know either.
Yeah.
This makes way more sense. I bring it up because, like, since we're talking about cops and shit, dude. But that video, man.
Oh yeah, no, dude. That apparently, I don't know if this how true this is, but it's like the video that every new cop is shown in
Hmm.
the event of like if something like that were to ever happen.
Yeah,
Which
listen.
is reasonable, but shit, man.
22 years old. He was a new cop. I don't know how many years he was a cop. I don't know how many years of experience, but 22. I think it's safe to assume he was a rookie.
Yeah, yeah.
Every rookie doesn't matter. They all need partners. Okay, no rookie should go out alone. They all need partners. Okay, any cop really needs a partner. You know, um,
Yeah,
dude.
and like I don't even know if they still allow the police officers to have like stun guns or something like that, because that could have been really useful in that situation.
Yeah, dude. It could have gone so differently. I I don't know what was the dude's trip though. What was it? Was it like mental illness? Was he having a PTSD episode? Was it
I'm
crack?
not sure myself.
That's
I've
what I
just
was.
I've just seen the footage. It's horrific, man.
Yeah, no, that's what I was. That's a few of the theories that well, the two theories that my friend put out was either crack or PTSD, like a PTSD episode. It kind of did. The more I looked at it, I mean, it kind of did kind of look like a PTSD episode, you know. Because like if it was on crack, I'm pretty sure it would have been making like a lot more noise verbally. But fuck it, I don't. What the fuck do I know? Um, no, crazy video, man. The cops' screams were horrifying. His cries were horrifying. And dude, keep in mind we were in fucking class. Everybody was dead silent. Of
No,
course, I had
yeah,
headphones on, but like, oh, and then all of a sudden, so we were also talking about Tyler the Creator and his dark ass lyrics, and then he was talking. We were talking about his song called Sarah, and how graphic the song is. Basically, do you know the song?
is it the? I know there's a part two.
Yeah,
But is the
it's
first
called
one?
Rotten Sarah.
Yeah, I think I know that one. I don't think I know the original one.
Part one is basically he goes into detail about
Is that the one where he eats her?
eats her and like fucks the bottom half,
Oh,
and,
okay.
like goes into
Yeah. This
like
is the
graphic
guy who
detail.
made fucking Earthquake, by the way. Just
Yeah, I know, dude. He had a lot more like darker stuff in his early years.
yeah. I can never get into style. I mean, horrorcore as a genre is. I mean, it's all right, but like you know, uh, I don't think nobody's riding around in their car listening to
Bump
a
into
guy,
this, no,
listening to a guy fuck a corpse. It just
yeah, dude. My friend was even reading out the lyrics, but like the way he was reading was so serious. He was just reading the. Like, I got the lyrics right here. He was like, reading the lyrics so casually, like your aura is a magnum, eyes is a metal bag, it's attractive, lol, laughing. Like he sounded so like serious, like he was reading like a scripture or something. He was like, and I want you to cinema hole and have you play. Like he was just reading that shit so
Yeah,
casually.
that shit's gonna summon a demon. The
And
fuck?
then like he got to what part did it what did he get to? He was just reading. He didn't stop, man. He got to he oh yeah, the last part. He told me to read the last part and I was reading it in my head and he didn't even wait for me to finish. He just started reading and he's like, "Now you stuck up in my motherfucking basement all bloody and I'm fucking your dead body, your coochie all cummy." And I was like, "Yo, we can
What
stop."
the fuck is it?
Yeah, that's exactly what he read. That's exactly the way he read it. I was like, "Yo, we can stop now because we were in class, man.
How
These people."
desensitized, dude? How desensitized have we become to like to read this in a monotone ass
Dude,
voice
I
like
don't
it's
know.
nothing?
I don't know. No, he wasn't really reading it in like a monotone voice. It's just like it.
This shit's fire,
It was
man.
the fact. It was the fact that he continued reading. Like he was like equally as disgusted as I was. You
I'd
could hear
like
in
to
his
I'd
tone.
like
It's
to
just.
believe that like 90% of the people around you just didn't know that that was a song, and they just thought
No,
it this.
no. Listen, he was talking pretty loudly. He's generally a loud person,
Mm.
and he doesn't really care about like he he talks and you know. So
Yeah,
I have no doubt that like people were kind of following what we were saying because like I don't know, we were pretty fucking loud. Not like loud, like we want people to hear us loud, but like it's a small classroom and there's
yeah.
a few people, so you know.
Dude, speaking of like fucked up songs, I know like the one that obviously a lot of people go to mind is like Immortal Technique song. Uh
Yeah,
yeah, that one. Right, the one they put up that shit. Dancing with the Devil, I think, right? Is that what
yeah,
it's called?
that's it.
Uh the one that I heard, right? Before there was like an Eminem and he wrote about all this shit about like killing his mother or whatnot, right? The first
Mm.
introduction that I had to a song that was so fucked that it fucked me up. I don't know if you've ever heard De La Soul's Millie Pulled a Pistol on Santa Claus.
How does it go?
There's not like a fucking rhythm to it. It's like a whole story. Uh, but
No.
basically, it's about like this girl named I think Millie, and she had like a dad that was like sexually abusing her, and like people didn't believe her because he was such a good guy. And then at the end, he's like this mall Santa, and she finds out a way to get a gun, and she comes in and shoots him. And that like fucking 13-year-old me was like so astounded by what I fucking heard. Uh, fucking old classic songs, dude. Old classic rap groups. Storytelling, man. You know,
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, dude. Love storytelling rap a lot. Especially the ones that like the ones that you just mentioned. I especially like storytelling rap like the ones that you just mentioned. Oh, you know, where the rapper isn't afraid to get his hands dirty, you know, very straightforward and you know, don't care
Yeah.
about your feelings right now. Just gonna, you know, shit like that. I like storytelling rap like that, man.
Oh yeah, no. For me, that the best storytelling song. I know a lot of people debate like "Stand" being like the best one because it like fucking initiated a word into the dictionary. But for me, it's gotta be "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst" by Kendrick. Yeah, it's like a nine
Mm.
minute song, and it's like, oh, dude, it's so great. The whole album's fucking amazing.
Dude, Kendrick is by far like the best currently. He's the best rapper, hands down, man.
Yeah,
This is what people don't understand about putting out albums. It's about making sure that each album you put out is like it's worth listening. You know, I don't care if Kendrick takes like freaking years to put out albums, man, because that just reassures me that each album. is gonna be just as great as the last. You know.
Oh yeah, we talked about this before, like the popcorn era of music, where it's just people coming out with music nonstop, and
Yeah,
you push it to the algorithm, which is fine if you want to get numbers, but not everything is about numbers at the end of
yeah,
the day.
and I get it. You know, people want to get their name out there. You know, and you know, of course, you're gonna push out as much stuff as you can, but it gets to a point where, all right, you got a good following, or say you have more than just a following, like you know, you're a really, really big time creator. It
Right.
gets to the point where consistency is key. You know, and that's what a lot of rappers like Kendrick have consistency. You know,
Yeah,
like
no, definitely. Yeah, he when it's all said and done, man, his whole body of work is just unmatched.
unmatched, man, unmatched. Uh, Would you say that like he holds up to like the standards of like would you put him up there if he came out the way he is now, his entire catalog now, if it was to come out back in the '90s, you think it'd hold up?
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, 100%. Oh man, what was your favorite era of hip hop?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I think it was more laid back and fun when 50 Cent dropped "Get Rich or Die Trying," even though I wasn't alive for that, right? But you go
Yeah,
back and then like because when he got hot, he was just bullying people. Like I don't know if you've heard one of his earlier songs, "How to Rob." He's like fucking dissing the whole industry, and he's like taking shots at like Big Pun and fucking Fat Joe and like
damn.
Nas and all these people, and then it sparks like this these beefs with all these other rappers, and then you got Benzino in there, and then you got like Eminem, and that's a really cool era, dude.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what? That was a cool era.
yeah.
Dude, my I remember my uncle was trying to educate me on that era. Back a few years ago when he was crashing with us, and that yeah, no, that's one of his favorite eras of hip hop. Definitely, I could tell that's one of his favorites. Like he really loves 50 Cent, man, and but I never really asked him directly. Like, I know like he's more like East Coast and West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really asked him what his favorite rapper of all time is. But if I had to guess, I mean, oh no, I actually did ask, and he, of course, he's a Tupac, Biggie, and
Yeah, the general
uh,
list.
yeah,
Jay
yeah,
Z, all
and he threw an Eminem in there too. Uh, but from what I've seen, DMX has got to be like one of his favorites, man. He didn't mention it, um, but then when we started talking about DMX, like
oh,
you know,
dude.
he was going into DMX. I was already into DMX, but I didn't like truly get into him until like my uncle came into the picture. Then I started to show you more appreciation for DMX, and then he freaking dies 2 years later. But
Yeah.
you know,
Rest in peace, DMX. Great rapper and shit, but like, so homophobic. Like so fucking homophobic.
yeah, that's the only thing. But other than that, man, dude,
But
it's solid.
I mean, I guess all the rappers in the fucking 90s were throwing around the F slur and shit.
Oh, dude, it may as well have been part of the culture, dude.
Oh my god.
Still to this day.
I just say that because it has the same vibe as like Jay Z, right?
Yeah.
Amazing rapper, greatest of all time. Ugly as shit though. Like you cannot
Dude,
you cannot tell me jack shit.
you gotta rip on this dude like every time. I like how you just have to find like a little,
No,
just something little
because
just to rip on this guy.
I saw something that he's like performing at the Grammys or some shit, and I was like, yeah, I like that. But then like
Yeah.
I saw a picture, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know. We just
Dude, I never really noticed how like fat his cheeks were until I think it was on Stephen Colbert or I don't know, he was being interviewed and then the guy asked him. It was either, they all look the same, man. Not really. Never mind. They don't look the same, but their shows look the same. It was either Jimmy Fallon or Stephen Colbert asked him, uh, "What's your real name?" You know the one I'm talking about is like, "What's your real name?" And then
oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't really truly realize how big his cheeks were until I saw that. He looked like a fucking child sitting there. Clip was funny as fuck, but I didn't realize how much he looks like a child. He looks young and old at the same damn time, man.
He looks like he's been the same age for the last 50 years, you know?
Definitely, dude. Him and Beyonce do not age at all. No wonder people say that they're like the leaders of the Illuminati and stuff.
Oh my god! I remember when their kid was born, and like
Yeah, people are going
everybody,
ballistic.
yeah, everybody on the internet was like, "Oh shit, they're the leaders of the Illuminati!"
Yeah,
Like the
dude.
fucking kid was the leader. Like it just popped out of the fucking pussy. Like
Yeah, like, dude. No doubt, if they are writing like a new Bible for like the future generation of idiots, no shit. No. Wait, what do you mean no shit? Wait, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Wait, what the fuck? Shit, I forgot. Oh yeah, no doubt that Blue Ivy's gonna be like the new story of Jesus. Remember?
yeah, dude, what the fuck?
Dude, that took me so long to. I swear, I'm sober as fuck. I don't know why. I've just been having brain farts, man.
Yeah, people vessels, man. Shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting cold outside, and like I have a thing where it's like if it's too cold, I'll just forget everything. And I went to the gas station. This was like Tuesday, and I'm like pumping gas. I have my sister in the back, and she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, whatever. And
Mm.
like I go in there because I'm like getting kind of hungry, so I buy some snacks and shit. And I come out, I pump my gas, and then I just take off. Like I just fucking leave. Like I'm jamming to like fucking music. I have like a grand old time. I'm almost home, by the way. Like I'm,
Oh my
I'm like fucking home, and like my sister just calls. She's like, "Hey, what the fuck, man? Why
god.
did you leave me in the
Yo,
fucking
wait a
gas
minute.
station?"
Did, did you just forget? How the fuck?
Dude, it was really cold. Like that's my excuse. Like it was so
Did-
fucking cold outside. I literally just forgot that she was with me. Um,
wow.
she's like
Big brother,
validate,
you're over here, man.
validate my existence, and I had to fucking turn around and go and fucking pick her up again. Man, make yourself known. You know what the fuck?
Make yourself know. Yeah, make some noise next time so I
Yeah,
know that you're here. Yeah. Be
not
more
my fault.
noticeable. Yeah. So, did she make it home safe?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, of course.
Yes.
She didn't talk to me for like the rest of the day, but I mean
Yeah, I can imagine.
that's not my fault. Like you
Yeah. Did you at least like get her something from the gas station?
know, that's a funny part because like when she got up right to the car,
Yeah.
like when I went to pick her up, she was like, at least you got me Doritos." That shit was gone. That shit was gone.
Yeah. Doritos, man. Haven't had those in a while.
What's been the worst nickname you've had?
Um, I that's the thing. I've never really had a nickname that I hated. And there was only one time, but even that name grew on me. Cause some bitch on Discord kept changing my name to Muffler.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but after a while, I kind of liked Muffler because I don't know if I should. Okay, well, I have somewhat of a useless talent that I don't really care for. Like I could inhale deep if I'm taking a hit off something. I can inhale deep, and I could take a big ass hit off something and let it all go and not cough and like still talk normally.
Yeah.
And then it started to hit me. I was like, oh yeah, you know what? That's it's kind of cool. I guess it's kind of fitting in a way if I'm like in the right environment doing that at that moment.
I've my only nickname that I remember was El Chapo. Um, I was so confused when they brought it up.
Uh,
I think I've said this before because El Chapo just means that you're short, and I was really
yeah,
short.
yeah.
But I have a friend, who his name is Zir, and we're in class, and you know it's like beginning of the year, right? So it's like,
Hmm.
oh, what's your name? What pronouns do you go by? And he says, yeah, I'm Zir, and this teacher thought that that was his pronouns because you know, gender,
Yeah.
that gender shit, that gender shit. And like he's in there. He's like, yeah, I'm Zir. Like he doesn't say my name is Zir. He just says I'm Zir. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, thank you, Zir. And they move on and shit. And like 2 weeks later, he notices that people haven't like somebody came up to the desk, right? He's like, take
Yeah.
the paper, give it to Zir. And I was like, why didn't you just say give it to him? He's like, no, I thought that you were like non-binary or something or some shit. And this like fighting. He's like, he comes up to me and he's struggling. He's like, dude, they think I'm fucking gay. Like he's shaking me and shit. Like his whole life's ruined.
Dude, that's funny as shit. I wish I had an interesting name so I could. I don't know, man. I keep going back to my name. My name is just so boring. I can't say it, but just know it's on the same level of Steve. It's on this. I mean, would you
Okay,
agree?
well, listen, man. Steve's a pretty iconic name. You know, you
Okay,
got
here I
Steve
got something else
Austin,
for you. Larry. Huh?
Hoover. Huh? He started
Huh?
the
What?
Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover, man.
What the fuck?
He's like a drug lord or some shit, isn't he? He started some gang.
The only gang I've ever really been made aware of in Chicago was the Pitchforks. I don't even
Hey
know if
man,
they're
don't
still
don't
around.
don't start talking shit about gangs in Chicago, or you'll get hunted down by the
Dude, I'm not
WBU.
talking shit about
You
gangs, man.
will be hunted down by the WBU.
That's exactly what I don't want. No,
Do
doggy.
you know who the WBU is?
WBU.
White Boys United.
Oh,
That is a fucking. I don't. They're not like really prominent, but around the area that I'm around, like that's what they call themselves. And I thought that it was like some frat or some shit. So I
yeah, it
didn't.
sounds like a threat.
Yeah, it's a racist frat, honestly.
I typed in WBU. All I got was Wayland Baptist University.
Don't let the Mormons take you.
And
Oh shit, that dude. That's what I found. Right, I found a page where you can schedule a visit, and the Mormon will come and like talk to you. So if there's ever anybody who,
just
you're
need
kind of,
somebody to talk to. I
yeah,
need a new friend.
no, if there's somebody who like annoys you, or maybe they haven't given you that pencil you let them borrow in like fucking fourth grade, you sign them up and you have a Mormon come talk to them.
You know, that's actually genius. I'm gonna write up a list.
Shout
Yeah,
out the zoo. I don't remember the name of it, but right now there's a special promotion. Of course, Valentine's Day is coming, the most expensive day of the year, alongside Mother's Day. What are your feelings about Valentine's Day?
it's the most expensive day of the year.
That and Mother's Day, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I
I'm
can
pretty
see
sure.
Mother's
I'm
Day.
pretty sure Mother's Day is above it, but like Valentine's Day is equally like as costly.
Damn, man, people are really that down bad. No, I'm joking, man. My thoughts on Valentine's Day. What do you mean?
Isn't it funny and like ironic that like the origin of Valentine's Day is that the guy got massacred and like killed and shit, but we just associate it with love.
I think that's way better because in elementary they brought by some really good chocolates, and I got no complaints.
That is true, but I will say that I kind of who fucking buys like flowers to give it anonymously, like school
Yeah,
wise, right? You're telling me you're gonna spend $4 on like a single rose to never tell them
bro.
that it's from you, right? So I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
So
not gonna lie, man. My mouth is kind of fucking salivating while you were talking. Like I was paying attention, dude. I started having flashbacks of like fourth grade when our fellow students would bring by chocolates, dude. Valentine's Day chocolates are fucking
do you
immaculate.
remember when they try to force communism on us and they're like, here, everybody brings everything for everybody. Everybody doesn't feel lonely. Everybody is not going to be lonely today. And they just like
Dude,
force fed chocolate to you. It was great.
I remember one time I baked cookies and then I brought cookies for everybody. I tried to at least. I didn't have like containers. I had a couple, but they weren't big enough, so I had to really cram the cookies in. I wanted to do something nice. I think it was Valentine's Day or something. I don't remember. and the cookies they're chocolate chip. They look boring though, so I brought by some frosting, and but I didn't like spread the frosting on the cookies or anything. I just brought like an actual tub of frosting along with the cookies.
I've had it, dude. Just like,
It was like a big ass thing. It was just like a little can of frosting. And
I,
our friend, how should I refer to him?
just use the first letter.
S.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Wait, just making sure there's no other S's. Did we know anybody else that?
Is he black?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All
okay.
right. So I don't remember. I think his elbow or his arm. No, his hand. His hand went into the damn frosting, and
Oh
nobody
my
took
god.
fucking frosting. But I didn't notice. And then the bell rang, and we were leaving. As we were leaving, I just see him, and he comes up, and he's like, "Yo, my hand. I don't remember. I don't remember, but like, I don't know. Yeah, frosting on his hand. Nobody touched the shit." And then I got the frosting back, and I just see his fucking handprint right there. It's like,
Oh my
but
god.
those cookies, I guess people liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, dude. Like I said, Valentine's and fucking Mother's Day. Uh, most expensive year. I know. I will never in my life buy roses for people again. Uh, cause this was 2 years ago. Was it 2 years? No, it was last year. Last year I did buy like an anonymous rose for somebody, and I was like, oh, this could be good. Like, cause
You
at the
buy
time, yeah, just one single rose, and I
you
thought
buy
that
your roses, man.
no,
You don't
I
steal
bought
them
one.
from like a neighbor's garden.
I bought one because like you're helping out school. You're like fucking funding them and shit.
Yeah,
I bought one single rose, and I'm like, okay, cool. I've talked to this person maybe like twice. This could be the start of something. Anyway, they were allergic to that shit, so you know,
nice.
not a
Did it
good
face
time.
puff
Yeah.
up or
Oh
was it
yeah,
worse? Like,
dude. Because
you use an EpiPen?
we had the same class where she got the rose, and as soon as she saw the rose, like, oh god, I hope that isn't for me. And it's just like sticking in her face, and starts like fucking dying. And I'm like, oh shit, this isn't what I've left.
That's
Uh,
fucking awesome, man. Not gonna lie. She's okay though, right?
I think, yeah,
So that means I can laugh, right?
of course, of course.
All right, because that shit is honestly pretty damn
Oh,
cool.
but I brought the whole Valentine's Day thing up because there's a zoo who is uh what a great transition.
Yeah,
There's a zoo that you could pay to buy a cockroach and they'll name it after your ex and they'll feed it to like some hippo or some shit. I don't know who the fuck they're feeding the cockroach
nobody's
to.
gonna go out of their way to do that shit.
I have seen somebody's bank account say minus 500.
Ow, man.
And at first I'm like, that either means you're helping your
What
boys
kind
out.
of transition?
So that means you're either helping out your boys or you got like 500 X's. But like either way, that's a scary amount.
Yeah, that's how the fuck do you get to that point? Now you really can't afford free. Like,
You can't afford shit, dude. What if you're like, dude? Okay, so this is like a question that's always been on my mind, right? Because
mm,
as Americans, we're kind of fucked
mm,
because our health insurance isn't like great
mm,
and it's not free, so you got to pay for it.
mm.
So like in the event that you're like seriously injured and the doctor heals you up, but like your card declines, like what the fuck happens then? Like how do you work off the debt? That's just like fuck. Like we gotta take the heart out again. Fuck your little heart transplant.
Listen, that's a tough question. It's so weird because I was just thinking about this exact thing today
Shout
while I was laying down in my bed.
shout out Canada for healthcare and shit.
Oh yeah,
Shout out Dildo Canada. That
dude,
is that
Canada.
is
Not gonna lie, man. Canada's got their own bullshit going. Like the free healthcare is like one of the many pros about Canada, but they got a lot of cons. Like it's pretty fucking boring up there from what I've seen and heard. Like every single Canadian I've ever talked to, at first it started with my Canadian friend said that it's painfully born up there. And since then, I started asking like any Canadian that I meet, like online or whatever, they all can vouch for that. And which sucks because growing up, Canada always seemed fucking cool, man.
You know what also seemed very cool to me?
Mm,
Like I when I was little, this was like 11. No, I was like 14, right? I always thought that British people were so cool, like the little accent that they had and
mm.
shit. And then my cousin, he's way older than me, and he says that he got like he was some British guy attempted to rob him, and he said that he was just so fucking taken aback by the accent. This was like the first time that he ever met a British person, and he said that like, oh, give me your money, mate. Like he just fucking started laughing, and he didn't
Yeah.
take this guy seriously. He just walked away. And the guy who's fucking robbing him is so dumbfounded. He's like, I have a gun. He just doesn't give. He just gives up. Like he doesn't even try to like rob him again. He's like, I'm literally sitting there like, cousin, you could guys like getting taken out by the tea sipping motherfucker. Like what the fuck?
Tea sipping. I don't think I've ever met a British person in person. That's like the dumbest shit. Now that I think about it, that's the dumbest shit. But now that I think about it, like it's never
Dude,
happened.
my only frame of reference to fucking British people is KSI. That's the only connection to British people that I
Oh,
have.
dude, I've loved like I loved British. What do I call it? Culture.
Yeah,
Like since I was little, because I grew up watching BBC and shit. And then when I was younger,
yeah.
like I was a big ass nerd. Yo, don't even think that shit.
Fucking awesome.
I was a big ass nerd when I was little, and because like Doctor Who and shit.
Yeah.
And I was a Doctor Who addict when I was a little kid, and so much so that like nowadays I watch the show like at once in a blue moon for nostalgia trips. But other than that, I'm not really that big of a nerd. But like
Have
I
you
get
ever have you ever seen that episode of Doctor Who where he's like pro life and shit?
which one because he's like
Uh,
always pro life. That was like his thing.
that was his thing. I just saw it randomly pop up. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well, he does Batman's job better than Batman because even Batman's killed some motherfuckers. This guy, when he does kill a motherfucker, it's usually for a sacrifice
All
and
right,
for
well,
and
hold
he's
up.
like,
I have to be. I've never seen a Doctor Who show like a full episode
oh,
ever.
you don't have to. Just know that
You're
like,
telling me that this guy kills people?
no, he doesn't kill people. It's just there's this thing in the show. Listen, what I was saying before was that even though I'm not so nerdy, that stuff was like so prominent in my childhood that like I still remember how the show works and what happens in the show. Like even though I'm not so nerdy for it, for some reason it's like the lore is like branded in my brain, you know.
Right.
So it's just this running thing in the show where like if somebody close to the doctor dies, he blames himself because he's aware that he's a guy that gets into danger, and that he's capable of causing danger himself. So he blames himself for like tragedies and shit. And that's he's never killed a dude, and if he does, it's safe to assume that it's for a good reason, and no doubt he'd be fucking just beaten up inside. Okay, that's it. But I brought up Batman because they both don't believe in death penalties, but the doctor blames himself for shit that probably isn't even wouldn't even be his fault. That's more noble than actually killing motherfuckers and saying, "No, I live by this one rule," even though I killed some people and maybe sent a few to the hospital with like major concussions.
Batman really could have been over with him just getting therapy. You know.
Yeah, no, if he went to therapy, no Batman. Imagine that. It's so crazy how Bruce Wayne put in so much dedication. He traveled the world, learned all kinds of fighting styles. learned how to speak
Like
different
he doesn't
languages.
have natural superhero abilities. He's just the guy who put on a fucking
He
costume.
just has a lot of money, but like a lot of brains.
Yeah.
And if he just went to therapy, he'd just be a guy with a lot of money. That's it. I don't know. Um, shit, but Batman is still a pretty impressive person.
Yeah.
Batman's still pretty impressive because, like, you gotta keep in mind this dude. I'd even argue that he does have a superpower, which is super intelligence, but that's up for debate. I don't know. It just seems plausible, but it's not something I'm so certain of. But you gotta admit, like he's too smart. He's always like 10 steps ahead of his next move. It's like fucking crazy. At least that's how he's painted in a lot of versions.
I hate how there's like a lot of fan art between Batman and Joker.
I thought you were gonna say Batman and Robin,
What the?
which there's a lot of that too. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of fan art about him and everything. Him and the Joker, him and Superman, him and Man Bat,
Oh my
and
god.
and I'm just glad I
Dude,
don't
oh
have
my
Twitter.
god. I just remember I saw the most crazy fucking Batman fan art that I've ever seen in my life. It was Batman and fucking Zeus from Gravity Falls.
What?
I don't even know how those two are fucking
What
connected.
a fucking combination. That's like putting pepperonis on sushi. What the fuck, man?
This is. Uh, People have too much time on their hands. Shit.
It's like dipping carrots in ketchup. Susan Batman. Fuck.
What do they have in common?
They shouldn't be anywhere near each other, man. The fuck?
No, dude.
Imagine Peter Griffin as Superman.
Fucking Peter Griffin and
Actually, no, because uh, those characters technically exist in Family Guy. So no. Imagine SpongeBob and Superman.
that's the crossover we've needed for the culture.
Out of nowhere, I just remember there's this old ass video. Listen, I grew up kind of with the internet. I'm old school with the internet. I missed the internet back then. I remember Film Cow. It was like the golden age of animation on the internet. Film Cow, the guys that made Charlie the Unicorn and Llamas with Hats.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
got David Firth with Salad Fingers and stuff. Uh, and then you had like I don't um yeah, like guys like Julian Smith, who was like one of the pioneers of making like skit YouTubers. He was like one of the pioneers of skit YouTubers, at least in my opinion.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like a
Yeah,
vague memory.
yeah. So I have very vague memories of like early YouTube. There's this old ass video, and my older sister used to like to scare the shit out of me with it. It was something like Barney shoots or SpongeBob shoots Barney, I think.
What the fuck?
Or was it
Tapa
no, it
Elsa?
was Elmo shoots Barney. It was Elmo shoots
What
Barney.
type of Elsa gate shit is this?
Dude, I don't know, but that video is over a decade years old. I'm pretty sure that video is almost as old as I am.
Damn.
And then there was another one that was like around the same time, um, where dude, we're talking like 2009, man. Uh, it was I don't know. There was like some theory that SpongeBob and Patrick were gay for each other, and then some guy made like an animation. I think very vague memory of it, but it was an animation of I think Patrick and Sandy was sitting on a cliff, and then SpongeBob comes out, or was it SpongeBob and Sandy sitting on the cliff? Yeah, and then Patrick comes out of nowhere and fucking murders both of them.
What the
And
fuck?
looking back, that shit is fucking hilarious. And I actually looked up Barney Elmo shoots Barney like a couple years ago, I think, uh, to make sure that wasn't I didn't dream that.
Fucking
Looking
lucid
back, like
dreamy this shit.
it's such a funny concept, but as a kid, it scared the shit out of me. And it didn't help that like we lived in the basement, and it didn't help that like we lived in fucking onto the house, you know. So she was scared. She was scaring me with all kinds of shit, you know. But god damn, I'd do anything to go back, you know. That was such a great era of YouTube. It was a great era of the internet. Video games back then. I grew up with flash games.
Oh
There
yeah,
was
yeah.
there was there was this one game that my sister loved. It was like it was Robot Unicorn or something. It was like Unicorn Dash. You ever
Oh yeah, I've
you
heard of
know
it. Yeah,
Unicorn Dash?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Dude, that was the shit. And like the one website that we played on the most was this one website called Cool Math Games. But because Adobe Flash like is fucking non-existent right now, you can't play jack shit on that website. The website is still up, but you can't play
They
anything
will
on it.
never know or experience the great joys that we got to experience.
Yeah, dude, one more level was the fucking tits, man. Oh, I'd do anything, dude. I straight up suck your dick to go back. That's not even a joke. I'm not trying to be funny, dude. I give you the best head just to go back to that era. Yo, what the fuck did he just say, man? Oh my god. You
What
got
the fuck?
anything to
What the
add?
fuck?
You got anything to add?
What the fuck
Dude,
did we?
dude, man, I cooked some fucking chicken tenders. You already saw, right?
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Dude, those chicken tenders were really tendon.
They
Those
were really
chicken
tempting,
tenders
right?
were really tendon. They were doing the thing, dude. I seasoned it up. I could have made it a little bit more spicier. Um, I I thought I went heavy on the cayenne pepper, but I don't measure my seasoning. I eyeball it, and I'm always confident in my seasoning. Always eyeball it. But this time the cornmeal to seasoning ratio was a bit off because we were almost out of cornmeal, and I was trying to preserve it. So I could have added more cayenne pepper. That entire I was just trying to distract you from whatever the fuck just happened before I.
Yeah, no, I'm still thinking about that gay shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, I figured, but hey, I I calmed the fire down a little bit. You gotta give it to me, right? Wait, what? Wait, you gotta hand it
Yo,
to me.
it just
Right? Oh, man. Where's all this coming from, dude? I didn't know
hey
you
yo,
felt this
that's even
way.
worse. That's
You know, like, no, see, now you're just making this weird.
yo, stop being gay for a second. Give me a breather.
That's gay.
So speaking about gay, so Barbie released a new fucking doll, uh, with scoliosis. A doll with scoliosis. This shit, it was so left field to me when I read it.
That's
But
not.
it's a real thing. The Barbie
That's on the
doll,
same level of Oreo Barbie. Remember that?
Barbie doll with scoliosis, unveiled as toy company aims to highlight the power of representation. Nothing says
Yeah.
I fucking represent you like a broken fucking Barbie.
Yo, can't wait for pancreatic cancer,
Oh my! I can't wait for fucking yeah. No, I think that's the peak.
bro. Fucking HIV. Can't wait for that shit to be recalled.
Oh my god, Barbie with crack because we want to represent the fucking addicts.
Right, Barbie. Yeah. Oh, you mentioned El Chapo earlier, and
Yeah, shouts out to him. I guess.
yeah, yeah, no, dude. This is gonna okay. I just recently watched him and his most recent arrest when they brought him to New York because it it didn't dawn it just dawned on me that I knew about his arrest, but like I never saw like the footage. I heard about it.
Is it the one where he escapes out the fucking
No, this
river?
was his last arrest. His
Oh,
last
I
arrest
thought
when
about
they
tapped in with
gave
El Chapo.
back in 20 some his last arrest, like where he is now.
Yeah,
He's in he's in a he's in a
somewhere in New York.
yeah, he's in a prison in New York. He's like in the it's like the Alcatraz of the area.
Hmm,
They got barbed wire for their barbed wire and more
damn,
barbed wire upon that, and they got like 10 guards per inmate, man. Like it's
damn.
crazy over there. So I already knew that he was caught for good, at that time, but I never actually. It didn't occur to me that until now that I hadn't seen the footage. So I was watching. I looked it up and I was watching this footage as if it just happened yesterday. And you can see the moment when the guy tells him that he's in New York. His face drops, fucking tears. Boy, I was fucking laughing, man, dude. I felt so much joy. I was in the kitchen. I was giggling, and then I started giggling even harder because my stepfather was in the living room, and like no doubt he was hearing what I was listening to, but he was probably wasn't paying attention. But it made me laughing more thinking about how he's just hearing his little boy laughing about El Chapo being arrested for good now. I
Dude,
was so excited, dude, because like, come on, man, it's
that's
El
like the
Chapo.
that's like the opposite reaction that I had. I believe the one where he escapes the tunnel is like 2015. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was 2016, wasn't it?
26,
Yeah,
2015. 2015, I'm pretty sure.
we'll say right in the middle.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
Right in the middle.
2015.5.
Yeah,
And dude, I remember because of course as a kid I knew El Chapo was like a bad guy, but I
yeah.
didn't know to the extent of how bad he was. But like
What
any
do you think he did? Like, I don't know, not help a granny across the street?
no, I always thought that he was like, okay, he sells drugs, like that's it. Like I didn't know fucking murders and all this shit, the extortions and whatever the fuck. So I was like, okay, he's like a weed dealer. I don't give a fuck. And so
Yeah,
when I was little, every time somebody mentioned El Chapo, it was like to the same extent of like a Vicente Fernandez, like
mm.
icons of Mexico. So I
Oh my
always
god,
associated him like as like a good guy that just did some wrong shit.
dude.
So when he got locked up and he escaped, it was like fucking Christmas morning to me. When you fucking go outside and you're 9 and you see a fucking big ass box with a toy in it, and you're so hyped that you melt down with like joy. So when I'm looking at the news as a little kid and I see El Chapo escapes through the tunnel, I go in and I wake up my fucking parents. I'm like fucking going up
Yeah.
and down and shit. I'm like, El Chapo fucking did it. Just like escape. And I'm so hyped about this drug lord kingpin roaming the streets again. Oh,
Idolizing Pablo Escobar makes way more sense than idolizing El Chapo. What the fuck did he do? You know? Shit.
actually, shit, man. I thought he was a good guy when I was little.
He didn't do jack shit.
I thought
Pablo Escobar did way more good than he ever did.
he
That's
he brought
saying something.
he brought no fucking Pablo Escobar brought us uh, fucking hippos with crack in them. Like
No, he brought Colombia hippos with crack.
whatever, the same. But still, like I'm saying, El Chapo to me was like right up there with like Mexican people that I respect. Not anymore, of course, but like shit,
Yeah.
for a long time he was number one.
I just knew he was ugly as fuck, and I don't know. That's it. I
Dude, I
don't
knew that he looked like my grandfather. Like that's
know.
like when I look at my grandpa, like every other Mexican, just same
Dude,
shit.
didn't El Chapo try to make a movie?
I
I think he
think
tried to make a movie. Like he even blocked out an entire road just so they could film his movie, and I think
shit.
he was starring in it too. I saw that on the news when I was little or something. Like he was trying to make a movie. Is that true? Did you hear that?
I've never heard of that, but you know what? I wouldn't put it beside him.
El Chapo wanted to direct a film of his life story. Chapo loved the idea of buying into the argument that if he made the movie himself, he could pocket all the money from its box office success.
Of course.
And so, yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I,
Who
I
the
don't know.
fuck? Who the fuck would be willing to fucking do the movie with El Chapo?
I think his fellow cartel members, because that's what I saw. That's like, it's a very vague memory, but that's what I saw on the TV.
All right, this scene we're gonna shoot you, but like I'm gonna shoot you for real now. Just
Put on this wig. I need you to be my mother.
fuck.
Oh, speaking of that, that just reminded me. You're aware of Celine Dion, right?
Not really.
Titanic theme.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Apparently they made a fucking biopic of her. That's pretty
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah, Yeah, I did hear about that.
That's for the fact that the lady that plays her also plays her as a little girl. So now you just see this grown ass woman trying to be a little girl.
Hey man, the pandemic is over. There's no more fucking cutting fucking profit to not hire somebody else.
You think they could have just hired a random ass little girl
Yeah,
that looked close
dude,
enough?
I remember in our fucking class when we were super little, we did a play and some motherfucker was just casted as grass. Like I'm sure they could have pulled some shit, you know? Some motherfucker was wind. He just had to do like, you
Dude,
know?
I still remember they wanted to like make the stage look, I don't know, they wanted all the productions to be like more like high end, so like they made it look more artsy. They put time and effort in making curtains for the Lion King and for Shrek, and yet they couldn't fucking make something to look like grass, like, and it was
Remember
just one patch of fucking grass. Come the fuck on, man.
remember when our boy D died dramatically
Yeah,
as the
yeah,
lion? The way he died, right? It's supposed to resemble a cliff. This man fucking walks down 2 steps of stairs and fucking lays out.
yeah.
It's the fucking tragic ending.
Remember our friend that played Scar?
Who plays Scar?
E.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
remember? Apparently, when our friend tragically died
Oh,
while he was laying on the floor, he was the entire time he was trying. He
your
locked eye contact
your foot.
with her. Oh,
Your
sorry.
foot.
He locked eye contact with her to try to get her to break character. Cause like he's on the floor, so like, but his eyes are still wide open, so he's like this. He's like looking at her, like,
Yeah.
trying to get her to break character. And then, like when he mentioned that, it made it more funny for me because I saw that, but it didn't occur to me that that was happening because I couldn't see his face. But then when he mentioned that he was like staring into her soul, that shit was fucking hilarious, man.
Oh my god.
What you think about because obviously at that time the productions for, I guess, the big shows changed a lot. But before that, they kind of just like repeated the same stuff every year. Remember that? Like they had like the Snow Queen or whatever.
They did, man. They did not want us to do anything else.
Yeah, but not gonna lie, I kind of miss that shit, man, dude. That was the shit. I don't. It was. I guess thinking about that era of
Yeah.
drama shows like before Lion King in our school. Oh yeah, it's just something nostalgic. It was just a simpler time, you know. That entire time in my life, I fucking miss it. Coming to school, getting a boring ass breakfast, and sit. We still get the same breakfast, same plain old
Oh yeah.
cereal,
Yeah, dude,
with
it's fucking
milk
ass.
cartons, but like it doesn't hit anymore. Back then, as a kid, it was, and then after second period, they call you to go to the auditorium. You guys single file, and then you got the line leader and shit. Remember, everybody wanted to be the line leader. Everybody wanted to be the line leader, man.
Everybody, man. Shit.
But like, if you're the line leader, it's like basically you're basically the shit now, man. Everybody's got to follow you. Simpler times, man. And then
Yes.
all of a sudden, everything changed. Lion King came up, and they're like, all right, I guess we're doing this now. Yeah,
Well, it was like a school-wide event. Like you felt it, you know.
yeah,
Shit.
dude. Remember when they were playing Frozen for us, and everybody started crying? That shit was funny.
Oh my god, dude. I I always bring this part up, but like, cause like we're in like a Spanish heritage class, right?
Mm.
And this tradition that you play fucking what's that shit called? Coco. And my favorite part is always when they zoom in, it's like remember me, and it's this very heartfelt, emotional thing. And then they zoom out and she's dead. Like I always Everybody always fucking breaks. Even the teacher breaks. She's like, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
And I have to fucking hold my fucking shit together, try not to laugh at the fact that this fucking old ass woman just died in a matter of like a fucking second.
Damn, man.
And
Yeah.
you know what's even worse? Because I remember we watched it like 3 years in a row, and like when we were in the pandemic, she put it on, and like as soon as they started playing, remember me? My fucking mom fell off the stairs,
Mm.
and she like fucking crashed, and she fell down. So she's like fucking dying, and I'm just listening to fucking remember me and shit. And right when they zoom out into the fucking grandma dying, oh man, it's fucking traditional.
Yo, I gotta ask this, man. We gotta settle this. Coco or Book of Life?
Coco. Fuck.
Yeah. No, they were debating this at school, and my dumbass said Book of Life, and I argued that I like the story of Book of Life better, but I like the animation of Coco better. But um, I don't know why the
I don't.
fuck I
I
said
didn't.
that.
I didn't even remember Book of Life until now. Shit.
No, dude, Book of Life was cool when it first came out when I was little.
Yeah.
That shit was really cool. Then we watched it again. Not so
Oh
fucking
shit,
cool
Channing
anymore.
Tatum.
Man. Yeah, Channing Tatum, Channing fucking Tatum.
What the fuck? Joaquin.
Yeah. So not as cool as I remember. Like it's still a solid movie. The soundtrack ain't for me. Coco is just way better. The animation
Yeah,
is better.
an
The
iconic.
story is better. I don't know why the fuck I said Book of Life. Its story is better. Its story is interesting, but like not as compelling. And like the voice actors, it's so cool. What I love about that movie is like everybody is the majority are Mexicans. So like they not only did they do the English version with the same voice actors, but also like the Spanish version.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You can watch both, and it doesn't change the experience. You still get the same vibe either fucking way. And I'd even say that the Spanish version is way better. Um, but I say that they're both on the same level because same voice actors, so same amount of genuine um voice acting.
Dude,
I don't know.
just like random side shit, but shout out Eddie Murphy for saying that he's willing to return as the donkey.
Really?
Yeah, he's down.
Oh, that's some good ass news.
Dude, they should have made a standalone donkey movie. Like that shit has enough power on its own.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I saw a picture while I was scrolling through I think YouTube. I saw a post, and it was the caption said, "Imagine these four in a movie together," and it was Donkey, Olaf from Frozen, and I forgot the other two. I think Doug from Up, and I don't know some other character. Oh, Sid from Ice Age.
Mm.
That shit would be fucking awesome, man.
That would, man.
All them in a movie.
Dude, I saw this debate where they were talking. I think it was Jonah Hill who said it. He was like, "There hasn't been a good like high school movie since Superbad, like a
No,
prop." And I think he's right. Like, I don't believe that there has been, dude.
yeah, I'd say that.
Was Project X after or before?
I don't know. I'd say that like the ones, what a few movies that come close. Maybe Kick Ass. You ever seen Kick Ass?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Kick Ass comes close because like it fits the same vibe as like that era of film.
yeah,
Definitely has obviously has a lot of inspiration from movies like Scott Pilgrim versus the World and Superbad. A lot of Judd Apatow inspiration. But um, it's it's not. You know what? No, it's it's one that comes close, but the humor isn't like Superbad because like Superbad is just pure comedy down to its core. Even its story
yeah.
is just pure comedy. Kick Ass, it's a comedy movie, but it's also a superhero movie. And I was gonna say another film that comes close to like being um like as close to a teen comedy as Superbad would be Spider-Man: Homecoming, but the only reason why people don't consider that teen comedy is because it's a Spider-Man film and an MC.
Yeah, I wouldn't really consider it a comedy.
Yeah, but if you take away all, if you were to chip away the Spider-Man stuff, the MCU stuff, the superhero stuff, it's a it's a pretty funny teen comedy if you just pay attention to like the teen comedy itself. Like if it wasn't in the world of Spider-Man,
Yeah,
this shit its potential to be a. So I'd say that that movie also comes as close to Superbad, but
I would be down to see another super bad.
yeah, yeah. Wait, in what way? Like prequel, a sequel, a Superbad like movie?
Shit, man. Probably like a sequel. And there's just like adults now. But I guess it wouldn't be like high school.
Maybe if they have kids, see them,
Oh,
see
there you
that.
go. Yeah, there you go. There's your pitch.
But at the
Oh,
same time, it would just seem like the people are milking it. I don't
what
know,
is it
because I
though?
mean,
But I think they got like good.
because like at the same time, Superbad came out like over a decade ago, so it would be like the Avatar thing, because
Oh
like
yeah,
remember they expected,
wasn't it because like Endgame fucking beat them, and then they were like, oh fuck that, we need to be the highest watch film or whatever in theaters. Let's
yeah,
fucking do it again,
the
and
fucking Puss in Boots movie
fucking
surpassed it.
Puss in Boots beats the shit out of them.
But it's really not that surprising if you think about it, because like I don't know,
I just
shit.
know I have a friend that's obsessed with the blue looking bitches, and
Oh no, man.
and that shit scares me.
Did you ever see the fucking the I don't know, some post about describing the movie in simplest terms, and it was basically this one guy said man betrays entire human race for some alien coochie or whatever.
Yo, honestly, that's the plot line that I had going for like
Because-
2019. 2019 when everybody was like, we're going to fucking Area 51. We're gonna raid that shit. I was like, there's gotta be somebody that's gonna betray us for some alien fucking pussy. Like, there's no fucking way.
oh man, imagine like we find out that all aliens just have dicks.
Anal probe for real. Just
Delicious.
oh, I think that's a proper way to end it.
Alien dick?
Shout out, fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson. Happy Black History Month.
Oh yeah, it's Black History Month. I'm gonna have a
What
lot of
have you
fun.
done, huh? What have you done? I got pressed by a fucking friend of mine who's black, and he's like, "What have you done?" The fucking day just started. Like, give me a break.
I gave a black girl a banana. I guess that's
That
okay, right?
is no, that is racist.
That's not racist. I had a banana. Well, I had three bananas on me, and then she came out. Oh, can I have one? I said, yeah, go ahead. That's it. She walked away happy that she got a banana. That's my thing at school. I collect fruit because I don't know if that's how it is at your school, but in the cafeteria, it's a rule that when you get a lunch, you have to get a fruit.
Yeah, yeah.
People end up getting fruits. Me, I love my fruits, so like, they're cool with me taking like two fruits, and I put it on my plate. I take two fruits, and then like, the person behind me, whether it's my friend or a random stranger, I like, hey, bro, you gonna have the fruit? If they say no, I said, yo, can I have it? I said, yeah, no, go ahead. So like once we get scanned, then I get the fruit. Sometimes, dude, the most fruit I ever collected in a day was like 12. I had apples, oranges, and pears, bro.
Smells the
So
whole
that's my thing,
supermarket. Shit.
huh?
Smells the whole supermarket.
Oh fuck yeah! So that's my thing. I had three bananas. She comes up to me and shit. There was no point in me explaining. Zero fucking point, man.
Shout out,
That's so stupid.
just empowering Black History Month. Happy to everybody who's black except for fucking Will Smith. Thank you.